Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Chemeketa Baseball Field on this beautiful Sunday evening. The city of Salem hasn't looked this good in my eyes since 8 or 9 months ago. Not a cloud in the sky. Cole Weber back with you. Game number 3. We're going to cap off this 3-gamer. Port Angeles back in Salem. We're going to see who's going to win this series. There's your first pitch. Shout out to DSP employee and Berries intern Audrey Day. Little ephus there, just above the zone, but she gets it across. Today is Caregiver Appreciation Night, presented by DSP Connections. Shout out to all the caregivers everywhere around the country in Salem, all over the place. Really appreciate what you do. Another shout out, national anthem sung by Jackie Roche of the Chamber of Commerce. Great pipes on her as well. Just a slight breeze blowing out towards center field. Let's talk a little bit about the first 2 games of this series. Port Angeles, first time they've ever come down and taken on your Marion Berries. This is the first series of the summer of 2026. Port Angeles took game 1 5-3. Berries steal game 2 7-3 last night. And it was an interesting ball game. We can run through it. Lefties struck first. It was an Ethan Wood single to left field that scored Carter Enoch in the first inning. Gave them a 1-0 lead, but the Berries answered right back in the bottom half. They scored 2 runs of their own. Sawyer Nelson and Evan Berg scored, one off a throwing error by the catcher and another off a wild pitch. So just miscues by the Lefties that gave the Berries the lead. And then in the bottom of the second, the Berries blew it wide open. Martin Serrano came through with 2 outs, bases loaded, grand slam to dead center to go up 6-1. They never gave up the lead. They would score again, another Serrano RBI. This one a grounder to second base that scored Nelson in the 4th inning. Gave them a 7-1 lead. Lefties cut into it in the top of the 5th. Another Ethan Wood base hit, a double to left center, scored Carter Enoch and Wyatt Moeller. From there on out, nobody scored. Goose eggs all around. Lucas Plenert was very dominant in the 8th and 9th inning as the closer for Marion. 6 outs on 6 batters faced and 4 strikeouts. Shut the door on the Lefties to even up the series. We're going to see who takes it here tonight. And I can quickly get you the Port Angeles starting lineup as you see them on your screen. There's head coach Donald Bray talking to his assistant, Colby Schubert. The Lefties wearing the blue and orange tops with the white, blue, and orange caps. And the lefty logo. We'll talk more about that later. But here's their lineup. It's going to look pretty similar. A couple of new additions. Leading off again for their 3rd game in a row, the shortstop number 12, Angel Vasquez. Batting second, the DH number 13, Carter Enoch. In the 3 spot, we have the first baseman number 24, Ethan Wood. Batting 4th, the 3rd baseman number 30, Caleb Campbell. In the 5 spot, the right fielder, number 22, back after a 1-game hiatus. That's Jordan Daniels. In the 6th spot, this is a new guy, the center fielder, wearing number 35, Wes Lynch. Another new addition to the lineup, Luke Floodstrom. It's going to be batting 7th, playing left field, wearing number 10, and he is your beer batter tonight. In the 8th spot is the catcher, number 2, Garrett Patterson, who played yesterday as the DH. And last but not least, that is the 2nd baseman, number 25, Brady Sprague. Also saw him last night, but as a relief pitcher, closed out the game for Port Angeles. He is now playing 2nd and batting 9th. There's our PA announcer, Bobby Merwin, running through the Berries starting lineup. And if you haven't noticed, it is Berries and Cream Sunday here at the ballpark. Berries wearing their Berries and Cream uniforms. I've got the hat on. Big fan of the color combination. There's Barry the Bear. Giving the low 5 to Noah Scherer, the center fielder. We could talk about who's in the field for the Berries. Martin Serrano back behind the plate again. Sawyer Nelson at short. There goes Jake Dodge to first for the third game in a row. Outfield, 66% the same. We've got Evan Berg in left, Cher in center. Gavin Price plays his first game in the field in the series. He's been the DH for the first two. Alkai Aruja-Wayao will be back at the hot corner. Liam O'Connor is at second. And your starting pitcher tonight, debut in a Berries uniform, wearing the Berries and cream. That is number 25, Jackson Blank. The righty going into year 4 with Rice University. 6'2", 205. There's his first warm-up pitch. Blank, a native Texan from Magnolia, about an hour west of Houston. Graduate of Magnolia West High School in 2023. 3 years at Rice, 46 games under his belt, 9 starts. Got a 6.59 career ERA, 90 Ks, 50 of them as a sophomore, which was third on the team. 84 2/3 innings pitched for Mr. Blank. Open a blank the Lefties on this fine, fine evening. Talked about the series being tied 1-1. You wouldn't think so if you looked at the stats. It's been a really weird one. The hit totals for the series, Port Angeles, 17 of them in 2 games. Marion Berries, 5. Big difference in that department. Batting average, Port Angeles is batting .246 as a team through 2 games. Marion Berries, .093. 5 hits and a lot of at-bats. Errors. Marion Berries have 5, 4 of them coming in that loss in game 1. Port Angeles, 2 of them, both yesterday. But here's where the Marion Berries have separated themselves. Haven't done it with the bats. On base percentage, .364 to Port Angeles' .333. And here's where that comes from. Berries have been walked 16 times in 2 games and been hit by pitch 7. That's compared to 4 and 5 in the same departments for the Lefties. They're getting on base, and then they're stealing them. 7 stolen bases for the Berries, just 3 for the Lefties. They're getting around, and 2 of those hits have been homers. Let's start this thing off. Here's Blank. Fastball to start the day in the dirt. So first pitch is ball number 1. Here's Blank again. Grounder to short. Nelson tried to backhand it off of his wrist. And that's Angel Vasquez, safe at first base. Would have been a tough play by Nelson there at the 6th spot. Angel Vasquez yesterday was 2 for 5 with 2 singles. Will start us off reaching on an error. There's the leadoff base runner for the Lefties. Game number 3 is underway. Having a talk with the official scorekeeper, Cooper Kripe, and he did give it a hit. So another single for Vasquez makes him 3 for 10 in the series. 2 strikes to start against Carter Enoch. Talk about a guy who's having himself a series. 6 hits coming in through 2 games. That's more than the Berries have combined. Hard hit ball. That one just off the glove of Alkai Aruja-Wayao. Line drive ends up down the left field line. Going 3. And safe at third is Vasquez. Really weird play there. Vasquez trying to take the extra base, and the throw from Berg in left field brings Alkai off the bag. He can't make the tag, so we got runners on second and third. No outs. Third batter up for the Lefties is Ethan Wood. He'll take a first pitch fastball in the zone for strike 1. Wood going into his junior collegiate season, transferring to Wright State, 6'2", 230. Offers that another fastball. This one fouled out of play. Another 0-2 start for Blank. Blank, playing at Magnolia West High School, was the MVP of the 2023 5A Texas State Baseball Championship game. His two-strike pitch is up and out of the zone. And that championship game helped Magnolia West win its first state title in any sport. So Blank is a legend down at his home. Foul ball back up against the screen, keeps it 1-2. No outs, 2 runners in scoring position for Port Angeles. 1-2 pitch. Pop up in the air, that's in shallow center. Back to get it's Nelson. He'll glove it. Everybody stays put on the base paths. So out number 1. That brings up Caleb Campbell in the blue and orange. Third baseman wearing number 30. Last night he was 1 for 3 with a single to the right side. He was hit by pitch, and he flew out to center and to right. 2 for 7 in the series. First pitch to him, swing and a miss. In there for strike number 1. Campbell, 6'4", 220 pounds, from Juneau, Alaska. And he'll swing and miss again. Blank gets him chasing, low and outside. Third batter in a row. He started off up 0-2. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Strike number 3. First strikeout of the day for Jackson Blank. The Rice Owl going back for his senior season. So just like that, 2 outs, still 2 runners on, second and third. Jordan Daniels will be back up to bat. Started game 1, didn't play in game 2. There's a breaking ball right down the pipe. Daniels just finished off his 2 years at Citrus College down in Southern California. From Riverside. Chopper over to the right. Liam O'Connor goes back to get it. Throw to Jake Dodge off the bag, and he is safe. And just like that, 1 run scores for Port Angeles. Berries did it to themselves. An error scores Vasquez from third. It's a great job by Blank. Try to get himself out of a jam. Got the ground ball he needed. Now runners on the corners, 2 outs. Fastball to start the at-bat against Wes Lynch is in the zone. Lynch playing center field, wearing number 35. First at-bat of the series. Grew up in Seattle, Washington, about 2.5 hours from Port Angeles. 0-1, bounces to Serrano behind the plate. Throws down to second. That's a stolen base for Daniels. In there easy. Wes Lynch playing his college ball at Cal Lutheran. Another SoCal kid. Going into his junior year. 30 games played for Cal Lutheran in 2026. 22 starts. And he will spit on a fastball that's in the zone. Lynch batted .295 for Cal Lu with 23 hits, 8 of them doubles, 17 RBIs, and 7 stolen bases. 2 outs, 1-2 count, 2 runners on. Here's Blank. Another one gets away from Serrano. Off the guard, that'll bring Enoch to score from third. 2 runs across for the Lefties in the top of the first inning. Deuces are wild for the first time today. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third is Jordan Daniels. Swing and a miss. Serrano drops it. Makes the throw down to first. And that will conclude the top half of inning number 1. Port Angeles. 2 runs come across off of 2 hits and a Berries error. We'll head to the bottom half of the first inning. Lefties up 2-0 over your Marion Berries. My name is Cole Weber. This is Marion Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom half of inning number 1. Leading off again for your Marion Berries, third time in a row. That's Sawyer Nelson, the South Salem Saxon, wearing the berries and cream. First pitch to him, fastball outside, 1-0 count. Starter for the Lefties today, Jordan Glowinkowski, the Canadian, wearing number 40. The righty gets Nelson to swing and miss to even the count at 1 apiece. Glowinkowski just finished his 2 years at Douglas College up in Vancouver, Canada. He hails from Port Coquitlam and misses with another fastball outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Glowinkowski for Douglas in 26, 11 games, 10 starts. Goes with another straight ball. Just misses. He was 1-6 for Douglas with a 6.37 ERA in the spring, 44 Ks. And he will walk Sawyer Nelson, and that's kind of been how Sawyer Nelson's week has gone. 7th walk in 3 games, leading the WCL. Doesn't offer anything he doesn't like. Very patient, very mature, and there's another base runner for the Berries. Now brings up Evan Berg, member of the Tulane Green Wave, going into his sophomore season. 6'1", 195 from Kenner, Louisiana. There goes Nelson. 4 stolen bases to his name already. Make it 5. Nelson, the all-time leader in Oregon history in stolen bases at the 6A level. No outs, runner in scoring position for the Berries. Here comes Glowinkowski. Bunt down the third baseline. A lot of pace on it. Rolls foul from Berg. Berg 1 for 4 in yesterday's action with a single to left field. Came in the 9th inning. He also walked. Makes him 2 for 7 in the series with 2 singles and 2 walks. You'd be surprised to hear Berg is leading the team in hits with 2 through 2 games. Counts for 40% of all Berries hits. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Glowinkowski, who during the week of March 23rd through 29th was the Douglas College Player of the Week. Struck out 6 in 6 innings against NWAC leader Everett. There's a foul ball back up against the netting. Evan Berg got some action for Tulane as a freshman, playing 27 games for the Green Wave. Spent most of his time as an outfielder. Had 2 RBIs and 2 walks. Here's the 1-2. That one's hammered into center. Routine play made by Wes Lynch. There's out number 1. Line out from Berg gives us 1 down in the bottom of the first. Berries down 2. And here is Martin Serrano, the future Ohio State Buckeye. Drove in 5 of the Berries' 7 runs yesterday. And here's a grounder to second. Play is made by Brady Sprague, who we saw close out the game for Port Angeles last night. That moves Nelson over to third, but 2 outs. Makes it a lot tougher for him to score. Let's see what Matthew Major can do. Spent the first 2 games of the series playing in right field. He's now the DH today. Major 0 for 2, was hit by pitch twice last night. Also stole 2 bases. Curveball to start it off, up at the eyes. The other member of the Green Wave on the Berries roster, 6'2", 210. Major comes to Salem by way of Troy, Ohio. He will spit on a curveball that finds its way into the zone. Dropping down to make it a 1-1 count. A lot of West Coast action going on today. A few games already started. Swing and a miss from Major. Gives us 2 strikes. 2 outs, a runner on third is Sawyer Nelson, and there's a good look at head coach Tucker Brock. Had the opportunity to chat with him before the game today. Said they're fortunate to have a win after just 5 hits in 2 games. Great pitching from the staff during this series. Deuces are wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Glowinskowski. Curveball, check swing. Did he go? Our umpire crew concurs. No, he did not. Behind the plate tonight, Henry DeJesus back. Same position in game 1, and then Kyle Sisk goes back out to the bases. Full count to Major. 2 outs, runner on third. Glowinskowski to the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike number 3. Got him. And that will do it for inning number 1. Berries held scoreless in the bottom half. Port Angeles will come back up in the top of the second, up 2-0. Take a break on the broadcast. Marion Berries baseball live on YouTube in the WCL live app. Back for inning number 2 at Chemeketa Baseball Field, home of the Marion Berries in the summer of 2026 and beyond. Jackson Blank returns to the mound. Gave up 2 hits to start the game, then got 2 outs, and an error scored the first run for the Lefties. He'll start off the second inning with a fastball past Luke Floodstrom. Getting his first licks of this series. The left fielder wearing number 10. Floodstrom swings and misses to go down 0-2. 6'3", 200 pounds, the Port Angeles kid who went to Port Angeles High School, playing for the Lefties. Ground ball right back up the middle. Here's Nelson to his left, makes the throw to first, and that's brought in by Jake Dodge. Bang, bang play, but the Berries get out number 1. Now Garrett Patterson in the right-hand batter's box. Upland, California native. Line drive right back to Blank. Barely has to move. Reaction time is on point for Blank. I believe that's just 3 pitches here in the inning, 2 outs. Fastball to start the next at-bat is low and outside. We're at the bottom of the order. Brady Sprague up for Port Angeles. Second baseman. going into his junior season at Corbin University here in Salem. Swings and misses. Evens the count at 1-1. Here's that liner right back to blank. Barely had to turn. Was falling away from it. Made it look a little easier than it should have been. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sprague. Centralia, Washington native. Pitched the final inning last night. Gave up just 1 hit. Got 2 pop-outs and a line-out. Gave up no runs. Here's another liner up over the head of O'Connor. That's down in right field. Third base hit of the game for Port Angeles. Gives them a base runner with 2 outs.
Now batting for the Lefties, the shortstop, number 12,
Angel Vasquez 1 for 1 with that single in the 6 hole. Makes him 3 for 10 for the series. 5'8", 165 from Barranquitas, Puerto Rico. Just capped off his freshman year at Dodge City Community College. He's going to half swing through that one. Strike 1. Vasquez, the number 16 shortstop in his country, coming out in 2025. Fouls that one off his body. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, runner on first. There's Jake Dodge modeling the Berries and cream uniforms. Big fan of the cream color. Got the red-billed caps SMB logo on the top. The 0-2. Did he go? No, he did not. That's very close. Good restraint by Angel Vasquez. Blank the payoff pitch. In the zone, ring him up. Strike number 3. Vasquez doesn't agree, but it's not up to him. Berries get out of the top of the second, giving up no runs. They're still behind 2. We'll head to the bottom half of the inning. Blank. Another look at that liner right back to him. Quick inning for the Berries. We'll take a break on the broadcast. Marion Berries baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. Coming right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the broadcast at Chemeketa Baseball Field in beautiful Salem, Oregon. Summer of 2026 is underway, and so is the bottom of the second inning. Glowinkowski starts us off with a fastball in the zone against Gavin Price. Another Salem kid, or the baby blue and red for South Salem, finds himself in a 1-ball, 1-strike count. 0 for 7 in the series with a walk. Looking for his first hit of the 26th summer. Pops that one up. Looks like it's going to be out of play. That one bounces off the concrete. If you didn't know, we're not the only baseball going on here in late May. College baseball. We are in the NCAA tournament. As Glowinkowski misses with a fastball up and in. They're in the regional portion. And the UCLA Bruins took on the St. Mary's Gales here in an elimination game. That one near the head of Price. Bunch of Berries representatives in that game. Tyler Dunning, shortstop for the Berries last summer. He's on the UCLA roster. They were the #1 overall seed in the country. And there's Gavin Price earning a walk. Another base runner to start the inning. It's his second walk of the series. But St. Mary's comes through in the bottom of the 10th. A walk-off single by Makoa Sniffen, a Bend Elk last summer. WCL guy. But it's the Berries we want to focus on. The winning run coming from third as we see a bunt pack up against the netting, popped up by Noah Scherer. Strike one. Cody Kashimoto scored the winning run for the Gales. Rounded third and came home. Won the game for St. Mary's 6-5, and it was David Roberts, Berries pitcher last summer. He's coming back for the second summer in a row following the culmination of St. Mary's tournament. He gets the win. Pitch at the top of the 10th, shut down the Bruins, gave up no runs, no hits, and he ends up getting the victory. Two guys coming through on the biggest stage. Shout out to them. That doesn't mean we're going to get Tyler Dunning back here in Salem a little earlier than we thought. Glowikowski misses again, evens the count, 1-1. Scherer, 6 feet tall, 200 pounds. Our third South Salem guy. Two of them back-to-back. Going to be a sophomore at Lynn Benton Community College. 0 for 3 last night. He was hit by pitch, just as 4 other Berries were. There's Garrett Patterson. I don't know about that one. Got him in the back door. Bang, bang play. Back picked him. They're going to say Price is out at first. Didn't slide back in time. Nice tag put down by Ethan Wood. So 1 out, 2-1 count for Scherer, nobody on. Liner into left, gets down for a base hit. First base hit of the game for the Marion Berries, their 6th of the series. And Scherer's on base for the first time since game 1. When you hear Kid Rock, that means it's Jake Dodge in the left-hand batter's box. Some new lumber in his hands. He broke it on a ground out to second base yesterday. And he will sit on a first pitch fastball that catches the low inside corner for strike one. Jake Dodge finished up his junior year at Metropolitan State University, Denver. And here's a grounder to first. Stepped on by Ethan Wood. He's going to go to second with it. Tried for the double play, but his throw brings Vasquez off the bag. Going to have to settle for 1 out there. Scherer advances to second, so runner in scoring position for Marion. What can Liam O'Connor do with 2 outs? First time facing off against Glowikowski today. Fastball inside, turns his head. That's ball 1. O'Connor, the senior at Willamette University. Grew up in Evergreen, Colorado. Graduated from Conifer High School. He was 0 for 2 yesterday. Walked in his first 2 at-bats. He fell down 0-2 in both of those battles and worked his way all the way back, fouling off pitches, letting balls go by. Sign of a mature player. 2-0 pitch in the zone. O'Connor for the series 0 for 5 with 3 walks. He'll await the 2-1. Glowikowski gets O'Connor swinging and missing with the high stuff. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Glowinkowski currently in the portal after finishing up his 2 years at Douglas College. Fastball just missing. Almost too close to call. Surprise O'Connor didn't offer. Full count, 2 outs. Runner on second is Noah Scher. Here's the 3-2. Misses. So another O'Connor walk. Working his way back again. Now runners on first and second for the 9 batter, Aukai Aruja Waiau. Starting at third for 3 consecutive games. The 6-footer from Mililani, Hawaii. Grew up on the island of Oahu. Fouls that one back up toward us in the Minuteman press box. Kind of toasty up here today. Not as much wind blowing through. 0-1 count to Aukai. He played his freshman year at Yavapai College in Arizona. There's a breaking ball up above his head. Ducked down out of the way. Aukai had an interesting at-bat yesterday as we see assistant coach Colby Schuber stroll out from the dugout to chat with his starter. In his first at-bat last night, Aukai was hit in the forearm by a pitch from Devin Hewitt and was told to stay right there in the box. Didn't end up being a strike or a ball. He didn't really lean into it. We just redid the play. Everybody reset, redid it. 2 pitches later, he gets hit again right below the elbow. He was shaking out the arm. Hopefully it feels okay today. But you get hit by a pitch twice in one at-bat. Should get a free 180 for that. Aukai 0 for 3. Grounded out, flew out, and lined out following that hit by pitch. He's 0 for 7 for the series with 3 groundouts, 2 strikeouts. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Right hand comes off of it. Aukai batted .344 for Yavapai in the spring. Spent the fall at the University of Hawaii, learning from a bunch of older players and the coaching staff. Transferred to Yavapai for some playing time. Check swing, did he go? They said yes, he did. Kyle Sisk rings him up from the bases. And strike 3 means out number 3 of the inning. So through 2, your score, Port Angeles, 2 runs, your Berries, nothing. We'll go to the top of the 3rd after the break. Cole Weber with you. Marion Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL live app. Welcome back, Berries fans. Top of the 3rd inning, 2-0 lead for the visiting Port Angeles Lefties. The series is tied 1-1. Leading off for Port Angeles, Carter Enoch, who will take strike one down the middle. Jackson Blank still going strong, starting the game for the Berries, his first start of the summer. The 0-1 also finds the zone, the outer half. Carter Enoch, after a lead-off single down the left field line, makes him 7 for 8 for the series with 6 singles and a double. And he will leave a breaking ball in the dirt there. Carter Enoch spent his freshman season at Saddleback College over in Missouri, but he is looking to move on somewhere else. Has a workout with the Kansas City Royals coming up here in the next couple of weeks, but he's rung up there. Beautiful pitch from Jackson Blank to strike him out and send him walking back to the dugout. And that is Blank's 4th strikeout of the evening already. 1 out, nobody on for Ethan Wood. Fastball misses low and in. Ethan Wood, graduate of Vandegrift High School, spent 2 years at Regis University, was their male athlete of the year, first team all-conference and second team all-region this last spring. And he hits that one hard into the right center field gap. That's going to one-hop the wall off the odd Mo's sign. Looks like he's going to hold up at second base, but that one was hit very well. Ethan Wood, a double here in the top of the 3rd. That's his 2nd double of the series. Drove in all 3 runs for the Lefties last night. That hit makes him 4 for 10, batting .400 for the series. Blank's first pitch to Caleb Campbell is low and outside. Campbell struck out swinging in the first inning. The 1-0 is hammered, this time to left center. Rolling back toward the wall. Berg's going to get to it first. Great throw to second. Can they make the tag? Yes, they can. Great throw from the outfield to gun him down at second base. Still an RBI for Campbell. Really opportunistic there on the base paths, but he drives in a run to give the Lefties a 3-0 lead. Breaking ball drops in for strike one against Daniels. And here's the double. Excuse me. Strike 3 against Enoch. Got him looking. One count to Daniels, who reached on an error in the first. Allowed the first Lefties run to score. That one's high up in the air. Lands right behind us. Up on the deck, the Minuteman press box. One-two pitch from Blank. Swing and a miss. Got him. Strike 3. Sends Daniels back to the dugout, and that will bring the Berries defense in. Closes out the top of the 3rd. But it's Caleb Campbell. RBI single to left center. Scoring the Lefties' 3rd run of the game. They're up 3-0 ahead of the bottom half of the 3rd. Berries trailing by 3. Berries Baseball live on YouTube. The WCL Live app. We'll be back after this. Back to the top of the order we go. Sawyer Nelson on the left side will lead us off in the bottom of the third. Doesn't like the first pitch of the inning, and it's called ball one. Taking a look at the games around the WCL today, Wenatchee at Edmonton got rained out up in Canada. Couldn't be us here in Salem. Not a cloud visible in sight. All blue around here. And Sawyer Nelson is 75% of the way to another walk. Would be his 8th of the series, 2nd of the day. Glowinkowski up and out of the zone. That's a 4-pitch walk to start the inning. Sawyer Nelson, free 90 again, becoming the king of them. 0 for 4 in the series, 8 walks, has scored 3 runs, 5 stolen bases. Back to the West Coast League. Corvallis Knights get the victory 14-6 over Kamloops. Walla Walla beats the Yakima Valley Pippins 11-8 on the road. Ridgefield dominates Nanaimo 15-3. There's a pickoff move by Glowinkowski. Nelson's back safe, trying to keep him from stealing second. Bend and Springfield in the top of the third. Elks up 2-1. Breaking ball into Berg, finds the zone. 0-1 count. Berg lined out to center field back in the first inning. Graduate of Archbishop Rumel High School. The number 3 outfielder and 15th overall prospect in the state of Louisiana. Here's a line drive over the head of Vasquez at short. Safely down into left center. Opportunistic base running is going to work out. Sawyer Nelson shows off the wheels. Going to take third base, and that allows Berg to advance all the way to second. No outs, 2 runners in scoring position for the Bears. And here's the guy who's shown he can drive them in when they're out there, Martin Serrano. 5 RBIs to his name. Saw 4 of them come off the one swing yesterday in the bottom of the second. Grand slam to dead center. Grounded out to second in his first at bat. Breaking ball misses outside, makes the count 1-0. Serrano, another grounder. This one gets to second. It's going to be close, but that's a beautiful play made. Sprague uses the glove. Little flip over to first to get the out, but Serrano again comes through with an RBI. Nelson scores from third. First run of the day for Marion. Allows Berg to advance over to third. Berries now down 2. Major pass ball bounces off the plate over the head of the catcher, Anderson, and Berg will score. 2 runs cross here in the bottom of the third inning. Wild pitch. Bounce completely over the head of Garrett Patterson. So now Matthew Majors lonely out on the diamond. No base runners, 1 out. Here comes Glowinkowski. Going to miss low once again. 2-0 count. Two different situations for these teams back in the summer of 2025. Berries made the playoffs in their first ever season. Lefties missed the playoffs for the 8th year in a row. They were 20-34, finished 7th out of 8 teams in the North Division. 10-17, both at home and on the road, exactly identical. 3-0 pitch finds its way. Lefties looking for their first winning season in their history. 3-1, also in the zone. Little early start there by Major. Nods his head, prepares himself for the full count pitch. Major struck out swinging to end the first inning. That's his lone at-bat of the day. Here's Glowinkowski. Line drive by Major, gets down in left field, a base knock for the member of the Green Wave. Good to see the bats coming alive. 3 hits already through 3 innings for the Berries. That's more than we saw through the entirety of last night. Already matches game 1 as well. Runner on, 1 out for Gavin Price. Back at the plate. He's going to hit one high in the air to left. That one bounces off the United Rentals sign in left field. Major, they're bringing him home. Throw over the head of the cutoff, Vasquez. And there's an extra base hit for Gavin Price. His first of the summer. Double to left field. Scores Major from second. And we've got a tie ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Great to see the bats finally come to life. And we are going to see a pitching change here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That does it for Glowinkowski. Giving up 3 runs, 4 hits. Another look at Major crossing the plate. Getting the high fives from his teammates. Noah Scherer will be up next. Trying to get a look at who the next reliever will be. It looks like number 45 to my eyes. Evan Ellis. Junior right-hand pitcher, 6'2", 230 pounds. Evan Ellis, the native to Glendora, California. Played his college ball at Chaffee. Pitched 9 games for them in 2025. 2.70 ERA in 13 innings, 9 games pitched. Finished with a 1-0 record, 24 strikeouts to just 6 walks. Had it going for the Panthers his freshman year. This is first year with Port Angeles. Pitched for Yakima Valley last summer. 19 innings for the Pippins, 7.45 ERA. 23 strikeouts to 28 walks, so vastly different than the spring of his freshman year. Ellis picks up the slack with 1 out, runner on second after the RBI double off the bat of Gavin Price. His first hit of the summer. And here comes Noah Scherer, singled to left field in the 2nd inning. The Berries' first hit of the day. And it is Berries and Cream Sunday here at the ballpark. First pitch for Ellis, right into the lower back of Scherer. Got away from him. Definitely didn't feel good, but he takes it like a champ, trots down to first. Another free 90 for the Berries. That's 6 hit by pitches in the series. right into the lower back, almost in the spine. There's Jake Dodge underneath the fastball, going back toward the parking lot. Things get interesting for him. He's got the big bat. We know what he can do when he barrels it up. Runners on first and second, one out. 0-1 from Ellis. Swing and a miss. Dodge is chasing. He grounded out to first base last inning. Was 0 for 2 last night with a walk. He was also hit by pitch. Took it in the right shoulder. He's been hit by pitch twice in the series. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Ellis gets him swinging. 2 outs now, bottom of the third. Tie ball game, 3-3. All 3 of those Berries runs have come right here in this half inning. It's a great spot. Low and outside, that's hard to reach. Now O'Connor with 2 outs. He's going to hit one to left field. Back toward the wall. That is Floodstrom who makes the catch to end the inning. But it's the Berries who tie up the ball game. 3-3 is your score in the inning. They had 3 hits, 2 singles, and a double from Gavin Price. Scoring major from second. We will head to the top of the 4th after this quick break. Berries baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. Coming right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Top of the 4th inning. Jackson Blank still on the mound for Marion. Talking to Coach Tucker Brock and assistant coach Lindsey McCarger in the dugout before the game. They're really excited about what Blank can bring to this staff for the summer of 2026. Got a firm fastball. We're going to see it to start the inning. Soft ground ball. Whoa, how about that? The bounce pass from Jake Dodge. Almost looked like it was on purpose. Fired that thing to Blank covering first. One hopper makes the play, steps on the bag. That's out 1. Wes Lynch heads back to the dugout. A soft ground ball to the 4-hole brings Jake Dodge off the bag, and he bounces it to Blank. Here's a swing and a miss from Floodstrom. The beer batter grounded out in the second inning. Floodstrom, 6'3", 200 pounds, going into his sophomore year at Yakima Valley Community College. Did not play as a freshman. Breaking ball. Not sure where that missed. The Berry boys right beneath us, voicing their displeasure. 1 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss from Floodstrom. 2 strikes. Talked to Blank before the season. He was super excited about coming to the Pacific Northwest for the first time, and he's going to strike out. Floodstrom gets him swinging. And just counting on my scorecard, That's his 6th strikeout in 4 innings. 2 outs here. Nobody on. Chopper over the head of Blank. It's going to be O'Connor going to his right. Beautiful play. Great dig and stretch by Jake Dodge. Really hard play to make by O'Connor. Going opposite of the bag. Looking like Derek Jeter running to the right. Out number 3. 3 up, 3 down in the 4th. Game remains tied 3-3. We'll head to the bottom half of the 4th after this break. Berries Baseball live on YouTube, the WCL Live app. Coming right back. Caregiver Appreciation Night at Chemeketa Baseball Field, presented by DSP Connections. They've got an info tent on the concourse behind us. Beautiful day in Salem, Oregon. Final game of the 3-game series. Port Angeles against Marion for the first time in either team's history. Leading off for the Berries, Alkai Arujo-Wayao struck out swinging in the 2nd. Here's the 1-0. Ellis misses again. Alkai played for the Berries last summer. Spent most of his time at third base. Swings and misses to move the count to 2-1. Two-one pitch from Ellis. Fouled back off the netting. Newly constructed. This entire stadium has been amped up, renovated, and it looks fantastic. New tables built, stools and chairs in front of the bleachers. Was personally put together by yours truly. Here's a ground ball down the first baseline, stays fair, and that's Ethan Wood tagging his bag for out number 1 of the inning. One down for Ellis. And back to the top of the order we go. Sawyer Nelson. Can we see another result other than a base on balls? Get back to you after this at-bat. Slider in through the back door. No balls, 1 strike. And Sawyer Nelson, the 2026 Perfect Game preseason all-region selection. Falls down 0-2 in the count. Top shortstop in the state of Oregon, coming out of high school this year. 3rd overall prospect in the state, going to Loyola Marymount. Check swing off the handle. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. This one in the dirt. Talked about Nelson's conquests at the 6A level in the state of Oregon. Holds all those records: home runs, RBIs, stolen bases. Career record holder for the Saxons. And he has worked his way back to a 2-2 count, leaving that slider low. And Nelson on his way to being a 2-time first-team All-State infielder. For the 2nd year in a row, he was 2nd-team All-State as a sophomore all the way back in 2024. 2-2 from Ellis. That one misses low again. And I haven't seen a guy like this with eyes that good in the box. This is my 2nd summer up in the Minuteman press box. Nelson, just fantastic. If it's not in the zone, he's not swinging at it. Here's the 3-2. Grounder to second. Sounded like the bat broke. Sprague tosses it over to first to get out number 2. Definitely did not sound good. A lot of inspection there. Gavin Price looking at it. They're passing it off. There's Danny Weidman, WCL All-Star last summer, giving it a look. 2 outs in the inning. Here's Evan Berg. Single to left center. Last inning started things off. Was brought home by Matthew Major. 1-0 pitch right down Main Street. Berg 1 for 2, lined out in his first at-bat. Makes him 3 for 9 for the series with 3 singles. Been walked twice as well. Here comes Ellis. Bounces that one to his catcher, Patterson. Wind is now firmly blowing toward right field. First time it's been blowing in that direction during this series. Martin Serrano's grand slam yesterday got some help. Buoyed by the wind. 2-1 pitch. That's hit hard to left. Gets down the line, bounces off the fence. Here comes Berg. Stand up double. Then the Tulane boys have really found the bats. Evan Berg now 2 for 3. Extra base hit for him. No TrackMan today. I would tell you what that was off the bat. I'm going to guess over 100. Barreled it up. Right on the sweet spot. Now Martin Serrano has driven in 6 runs in the last 2 days. He's back up at the dish. 2 outs, runner on second. Swings and misses over the top of a breaking ball in the dirt. Serrano, the pride of Pocatello, Idaho, graduated in 2024. All-state selection as a junior. Fly ball up in the air. That's in shallow center. Who's going to get there first? Looks like Angel Vasquez who makes the grab. 2 hands right behind second base. And that's 3 down in the bottom of the 4th. So we remain deadlocked. 3 apiece. Heading to the top of the 5th. Berries baseball still on YouTube, still on the WCL Live app. Going to be right back after this break.
Go, and they're off. Jalapeno out to a quick lead, but then Honey DeJean tries to run. Honey DeJean, they go chasing Barry. Keaton's trying to figure it out. Keaton goes down. zone. Oh, Jalapeno and Honey Dijon make it around Berry. Honey Dijon's gone the way back. Honey Dijon's in the lead. Honey Dijon might make it. Honey Dijon is your winner. Please, Berry knocks down Jalapeno. Give it up for Kettle Chips, the best smelling factory in Salem.
But there's a cuter word for it. I know.
And that will do it for Jackson Blanks Day. Mentioned I had a chat with pitching coach Lindsey McCarger, and they said they were going to cap Blank off at 60 pitches. Gets through that in 4 innings. Struck out 6, gave up 3 runs, 5 hits. But now it's Ryan Hockman back on the mound for the Berries, starting us off with a fastball down the pipe. 0-1 count to Brady Sprague. Singled in his lone at-bat to right field, opposite side. Curveball, Hockman's got it going. Quickly up 0-2. The payoff pitch. Try to get him chasing, just a tad outside. Hockman finished up his freshman year at Chemeketa after graduating from Silverton last spring. Misses with the fastball low. Hockman appeared in the first game of this series, pitched 2 innings, had 3 strikeouts. And here's a base hit through the 4-hole. Brady Sprague coming through with 2 strikes. Got a pitch he liked outside, took it that direction. Leadoff base hit for the Lefties. Outside fastball from Hockman. Just a great job going that way. Opposite field. First pitch is a ball to Vasquez, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a K. Plank got him looking in the second. Here's a 2-0 pitch. That one lined off the netting to the right side. Haven't gotten word of the attendance today. First Sunday game of the season. The Berries wearing their Berries and Cream uniforms, which they will wear every Sunday here at home at Chemeketa Baseball Field. It is Caregiver Appreciation Night at the ballpark, and there's a liner into right. Oh my goodness, gonna see a double play. Gavin Price barely had to move. Looked like a hit and run situation. Sprague was stealing and just got caught up. Was almost all the way to second base when Price made the catch. And after a leadoff single, that's quick 2 outs on the double play. It was hit well by Vasquez. Too bad the Berries got a guy there. Price makes the throw to first. First pitch, a fastball inside, called ball number 1. Same spot. This one a chopper to Alki, in and out of the glove. Can't end the inning. Charging in on it hard. Second error of the season for Alki, playing the hot corner. That was Carter Enoch who reaches first with 2 outs. Got way over the inside fastball. Big old hop. And Alki can't field the short one. Ethan Wood back at the dish. Double to right center in his last at bat, and he'll swing and miss through an outside fastball. Ethan Wood played for the Fresno A's Summer League last summer. Swings and misses again, but a pass ball not gonna matter. Strike number 3, Ryan Hockman ends the inning, giving up no runs, just the one hit. Score remains 3-3 as we go to the bottom half of the 5th on this beautiful Sunday evening. Berries baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. Cole Weber coming back after this.
Whether it's water, fire, or
Well, I sang 7 Summers a couple nights ago. It was pretty good. 7 summers ago.
Yeah, I bet your daddy's so proud of how his little girl turned out. Think she dies with bullet of a good old boy like me. Cause I still go drinking, same friends on Friday. Bought a few acres, couple roads on the highway. Guess you never saw things my way anyway. But I wonder when you're drinking if you find yourself thinking about that boy from East Tennessee. And I know we both knew better, but we still said forever. And that was 7 summers ago in Southern Comfort, where we dumb or just younger, who knows? Back then you used to love the river and sipping on a sixer with me. Does it ever make you sad to know?
Another fastball, and that one's hammered into right field. Bottom of the 5th inning here at Chemeketa Baseball Field. 3-3 is your score. It's game number 3. Series is tied. 1 win for each squad. Matthew Major will start us off with a swing and a miss. That's Evan Ellis still on the bump for the Lefties, wearing the blue, orange, and white. Port Angeles coming down for a opening interdivision series. First time matching up against the Berries. We got an 0-2 count to Major, who's 1 for 2. That single to left field in the 3rd inning. Was 0 for 2 last night, hit by pitch twice. Graduate of Pro 5 Baseball Academy. Thought about that one, but leaves it inside for ball number 1 of the at-bat. Matthew Major started in right field the first 2 innings. He's the DH today. 1-2 pitch, swings and misses. Great breaking ball from Ellis. Sends Major back to the dugout. You might be wondering, who's that guy who looks a lot like Tucker Brock coaching first? Well, that happens to be his brother Ty, wearing 37. Not an official assistant coach for the Berries, but Kevin Moffitt is still in his high school baseball season coaching Kennedy. They're going far into the 2A playoffs, so Ty Brock is filling in. And Tucker told me, got to have guys that I can trust and guys who are willing to tell me when I'm wrong. And who better than his brother right there? Strike number 1 to Gavin Price. His double to left field in the 3rd drove in Matthew Major from second base and tied the game. Here's the 1-1. Finds the zone. Gavin Price, 2-time first-team All-State outfielder at South Salem. And there's a look at the Lefties hanging out in the dugout, staying at Hotel Salem, a sponsor. Check swing, did he go? Kyle Sisk ringing him up again from the bases. It's like catnip for these umpires. Love to do it. 2 strikeouts to start the inning. Nobody on. Gold Glove Award winner Noah Scherer in the NWAC is now at the plate. He was the 5th-ranked outfielder and 29th overall prospect in the state of Oregon coming out of high school last spring, according to Baseball Northwest. And here's that last strikeout. Check swing. It was close. And Kyle Sisk, our base umpire, says yes, he did. The 1-0 from Ellis. Catches a piece of the zone to even the count. Noah Scherer in 2026 for Lynn Benton batted .279. 41 hits, 147 at-bats for the team that finished 3rd place in the NWAC. Pops one up into the air, way up there in the blue sky. Backpedaling is Ethan Wood. Over his head, off his glove. That's a really tough play to make if you're backpedaling, especially directly behind you from first. Usually, it's the second baseman or the right fielder who goes over and makes that play. But the lefties are going to extend the inning here. Scherer reaches on an error. Now it's Jake Dodge, 0 for 2, ground out and a strikeout. Looking for his first hit of the summer. And here's that play. Popped up into the air by Scherer, directly behind first base. Those guys let him have it. Tipped off the glove of Ethan Wood. 2 balls, no strikes to Dodge. Going into his senior year of college baseball, hails from Jefferson, Oregon, 6'5", 225. They call him Big Hoss and the Cowboy. Kind of a half swing and miss there. Got. Dodge's father played baseball at Cal State Fullerton and USC. Comes from a baseball family. Another back pick attempt. Patterson started running back toward the dugout, thought he had him. Gonna have to awkwardly come back behind the dish, as that was Scherer sliding in safe. Jake Dodge started his collegiate career at UC Santa Barbara, redshirted his freshman year. Spent 2 years at Lynn Benton. And he has just walked on 5 pitches. So with 2 outs, we've got 2 base runners, first and second for Marion. Coach Schuber having a chat on the mound, and there's a look at the arm warming up in the bullpen for the lefties. That is Connor Weiss, sophomore right-hander, 6'3", 205. Gonna be the next lefty we see on the mound. And there's another look at the slide in the fun zone right behind him. Activity going on over there tonight. Always an electric atmosphere here at the ballpark. We are back to Liam O'Connor, 8th spot in the order. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Takes a first pitch breaking ball in the zone. O'Connor set a bunch of career highs for the Willamette Bearcats this spring in homers, RBIs, and hits. And he falls behind 0-2 in the count. He wasn't a fan of the slider, just catches a piece outside. How about Leroy Furwood? Having a snack during the inning. This is his off time. Chatting with former WCL All-Star Stephen Varespi. And here's a pop-up. This one out of play. Bounces off the concrete and out of the ballpark. There's Varespi again. Looking all official in the polo and the badge. Berries intern this summer. Started 6 games through 40 innings for the Berries last summer. Started the WCL All-Star game. Fantastic year and just finished off at Willamette. Single to center field. They're bringing Scherer home. The throw to the plate, not going to get there. RBI single from Liam O'Connor gives the Berries the lead. Coming through with 2 outs. Line drive right back up the middle. Base knock for O'Connor. That's his first hit of the summer. Scores Scherer from second base. Two outs, Berries with the 4-3 lead. It's Alkai Arujo Wayao back in the box. Gonna offer at the first pitch, foul it back behind his head coach over at third, Tucker Brock. Coach Brock in his second season with Marion. First host in their history. Also an assistant at his alma mater, North Marion High School. Another foul ball, this one back to the opposite side. Alkai right above the heads of his teammates in the dugout. Alkai 0 for 2 today, a ground out and a strikeout. Looking for his first hit of the series. Oh-2 pitch. Popped up into the air. Over to right center. That's Lynch moving to his left. Makes the catch. And that will do it for the bottom of the 5th inning. But it is the Berries breaking our tie. Liam O'Connor base hit up the middle. Scores Noah Scherer. Coming through with 2 outs. Gets the breaking ball. Takes it off the tee. And Scherer scores from second. 1-run lead for the Berries as we head to the top of the 6th. After this break, it's Marion Berries baseball live on YouTube and the WCL live app. New pitcher on the bump for Marion. 1 inning for Ryan Hockman, and relieving him will be number 13, Dax Teixeira. His birthday's coming up in 3 days. That'll be game 2 of the series against the Bend Elks. Teixeira, the 6'5 righty from Beaverton, Oregon, playing his college baseball at Lynn Benton Community College. Fastball to start the at-bat. In the zone, that's Caleb Campbell back on the right side. Teixeira graduating from Beaverton High School in 2025. Comes with the 0-1. Check swing, yes he did. Quickly up 0-2. Teixeira was the 7th-ranked right-hand pitcher and 23rd overall prospect in the state of Oregon coming out of high school. A first-team All-Metro League selection as a pitcher and second-team first baseman as a senior. As we see a foul ball to the left side. Keeps the at-bat going. There goes Brady Strigg to retrieve it. The second baseman getting his steps in. Fastball in the opposite box moves the count to 1-2. Caleb Campbell, the Alaska native, played 2 years at Centralia College. 1 for 3 last night with a single into right field. Pops one up way out of play. That's over toward Verespi Field. Our blow-up wiffle ball diamond out past the Berries bullpen. Great look at it. That's our version of the Green Monster right there. There's a lot more dodgeball than baseball going on last night. Fastball down the pipe, ring him up. Strike number 3. First batter faced for Teixeira is mowed down. That's the first out of the 6th inning. Doesn't get any better than this pitch. Great frame there by Serrano as well. Slow chopper to Alki. Going to barehand it. Throw over to first. Play is made. Alki Arujo Waiao makes up for the error a couple of innings ago. Beautiful play. Alki getting mobile over at the hot corner. Showing off the fielding skills. Looking like a young Matt Chapman. Not a current Matt Chapman, as evidenced by the Giants season basically being over before we get to June. Foul ball to start the next at-bat. That's Wes Lynch. Starting his first game of the summer, the junior from California Lutheran. One count, but here's Alki charging a slow ground ball. Barehand throw to Jake Dodge at first. Helps to be 6'5". Great stretch by him to get out number 2. 1-1 pitch from Teixeira. Check swing off the handle. It's fouled off to the first base side. Lynch is 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out. Back to the pitcher. Played 30 games for Cal Lutheran in the spring. Batted .295. 1-2 pitch. Teixeira gets him swinging. Strike number 3. Quick inning. Teixeira makes quick work of the lefties. 3 up, 3 down. And we'll head to the bottom half of the 6th. Berries holding on to that 1-run lead. Berries Baseball live on YouTube, the WCL Live app, coming back after this quick break.
For a version of financial planning that brings the right insurance and investment strategies together so that you can spend more time.
Bottom of the 6th inning in Salem, Oregon. First series of the Marion Berries 2026 campaign. We've got a new pitcher on the bump for Port Angeles, wearing number 29. It's Connor Weiss, 6'3", 220-pounder from St. Helens. The righty just capped off his redshirt freshman season at Centralia College. 11 games pitched for them, 2 starts. He was 1-2 in the spring, 30 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts to 14 walks. Finished with a 4.75 ERA. And he will face off against Sawyer Nelson, the leadoff batter for the Berries. 0 for 1 with 2 walks on his day. He will take a first pitch ball. Fastball up and out. Sawyer Nelson joining a couple of Berries at Loyola Marymount in the fall. Andrew Moon and Alex Chavez. As Weiss evens the count at 1 apiece. First action for Weiss on the summer. Here's the 1-1. That one missing again, almost identical to the first pitch. You could see Berry fraternizing with the fans behind the home plate backstop. Swing and a miss by Nelson. Took a hefty hack at that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. Grounder off the end of the bat. Third baseman is Campbell, who makes the throw to first, and that's Wood who brings it in for the first out of the inning. Routine play for number 30, Caleb Campbell. And there is a great look at our mascot, Berry. Haven't seen his counterpart, Dingle, yet today. Sitting with a lucky fan right below us in the Minuteman press box. To be in the presence of greatness. What a time. Evan Berg's back up. 2 for 2 in his last 2 at-bats. Double to left field and a single to left center. Got the bat going. 4 hits now in the series, makes him 4 for 10. Just misses on the slider. That one back toward us. Oh, 2 count. Evan Berg, a 2-time All-District selection at Archbishop Rumel High School in Louisiana. Helped lead them to a district championship as a junior. Fouls off another one, staying alive with an 0-2 count. Helped lead his high school to the state finals as both a sophomore and junior. And he actually tossed a no-hitter on the mound as a senior in 2025. Here comes Weiss with the 0-2. Grounder to short. There's Vasquez vacuuming it up. Over to first we go. And the throw brings Wood off the bag. So that is Evan Berg safe at first base. Just a normal ground ball to short. Berg showing off the speed. Was going to make it a close play no matter what. And he got Vasquez antsy. Throw well too far to the right. One out base runner. There's Serrano swinging and missing to the first pitch of his 4th at-bat. 0 for 3 with an RBI, grounded out to second in the 3rd, but he brought Nelson home. 0-1 pitch. Another swing and a miss. Serrano started his college career at Oregon State. Appeared in 3 games for the Beavs, totaling 3 at-bats and a hit, which was a double against Xavier. Spent the last season at Iowa Western out in the Midwest, and he's now transferring to Ohio State University. Count is 1-2. And here's a foul ball over toward the Lefties bullpen, out of play. Bounces between the picnic tables. Here's the 1-2. Lucky Fan collects the ball over by the picnic tables. It's going to be hit to right around the same spot. Almost made it to the fun zone. A lot of Lucky Fans climbing the slide. That's really impressive right there. I think that's where you're supposed to go down. Great core strength. Swing and a miss. Serrano strikes out. Gives us 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Back to the dish comes Matthew Major. 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a single to left field. That was back in the 3rd. He'll take a first pitch breaking ball in the zone for strike 1. Matthew Major playing right field and DHing for the Berries in his 3 games this summer. Was a very highly touted third baseman coming out of high school in Ohio, and he falls down 0-2. Graduating in 2025, was the top third baseman in the state, 3rd prospect in Ohio. Wonder if we're going to see him play in the hot corner at all this summer. Leaves a breaking ball outside to move the count to 1-2. Major played his first 2 years of high school ball at Troy Christian. He was the league player of the year, all-state selection, and 2-time first-team all-leaguer. And he has moved his way to a 2-2 count. Deuces are wild. Slider low again. Two-two pitch from Weiss. Swing and a miss. Got him with the high cheese. That one's more like Swiss because there's a hole in that swing. Out number 3. 6 innings in the books. Berries up 4-3 over the visiting Port Angeles Lefties. We will take a break on the broadcast. One more look. That high fastball that got Major chasing. Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. Coming back after this.
Well done, well done. Those vocal lessons are just coming in good for you, Leroy.
Kind of an by committee out of the pen tonight for the Berries. We've got a new pitcher on the mound. Dominant performance by Dax Teixeira. Faced just 3 batters, but out he goes, and in comes Remy Darvavan. Saw him yesterday as well. He pitched 2 innings for the Berries. Gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run. He had 2 strikeouts. Actually finished with the victory and has a 4.50 ERA. Top of the 7th, we've got Luke Floodstrom, Garrett Patterson, and Brady Strag. We've actually got a pinch hitter, Nathan Huey, back in the box. Swings and misses. Make it a 1-1 count. We saw him in game number 1 of the series. He was the designated hitter in the 5-3 Lefties win. It's a 2-1 count to him. Huey finished 1 for 5 with 3 strikeouts and a single to center, and he's going to hit that one hard to right. Down the right field line it goes, bouncing up against the fence. There's Price making the throw to second, but Nathan Huey, pinch hit double to lead off the top of the 7th inning. Coming through, the freshman from Faulkner University, trying to give the Lefties some life. And he just took that inside pitch, pulled it down the line, and rumbled to second. And just like that, out he goes. Into the game for the Lefties to pinch hit is Sam Matisich. We've seen him before, started the first 2 games in center field. Looks like we're going to have a lot of changes in the lineup. Lefties trying to get guys looks and reps. That was Donald Bray's goal. Here's a bunt. Darvavon makes the throw to first to get the out. That was Patterson doing his job. Moving Matisich over to third. Easy to score a guy from 90 feet away with less than 2 outs. And strike 1 to Brady Sprague, playing second pitch last night. Utility player from Corbin University. Here's Darvavon. Fastball kept in front by Serrano. That one was in the dirt. It's a 1-1 count, 1 out. Darvavon finished his freshman year at Chemeketa and froze up Sprague there. Check swing, strike 2. Brady Sprague, 5'10", 190. Graduated from Centralia High School. Here's the 1-2. Try to get him to chase again. Ball evens up the count. Sprague has spent 1 year at Corbin. He only had 2 at-bats for the Warriors in the spring, and he's going to hit one right back up the middle. Ground ball into center, ties up the game. RBI single for Sprague. Scores Matisich from third, and we are all evened up at 4. Hit it right back from where it came from. Infield was in. They couldn't get to it. We got a tight game in late innings. Beautiful day in Salem. I'm going to stick around for as long as possible. Back to the top of the order we go. Angel Vasquez is back at the dish. 1 for 3 with a single in the first inning. Here's the 0-1. Darvavon going with the breaking ball, low and outside. You might be wondering, what is a lefty? Well, it's somebody who either uses their left hand to throw or bat. Angel Vasquez is not one of them. But the lefty is not what is on the caps for Port Angeles. That, my friends, their logo is Timber, the Olympic Marmot. And he is a lefty. Fastball in the zone evens the count at 2 apiece. If you wanted to know what an Olympic marmot is, because I was curious, it's a unique rodent species in the squirrel family, native and specific to the middle elevations of the Olympic Peninsula, where Port Angeles is. There's a foul ball out of play. Actually hits the lights right off the pole. Don't see that very often. Bounced down by the picnic tables. There's a view of Verespi Field. Out pats the Berries bullpen. 2-2 pitch, up and in, foul tip, strike 3. Darvavon gets Vasquez swinging. 2 outs, runner on first, but we got to go back to those Olympic marmots. Right after we watch strike 3 again, would have been tough to get around on that one, way up and in. Don't see a lot of marmots walking out and about as Carter Enoch takes a first pitch strike. They are house cat-sized creatures with long, bushy tails, also referred to as rock chucks or whistle pigs. So if you ever see one, there goes a whistle pig. Darvavon tries with the sweeper again, evens the count at 1-1. Carter Enoch having his worst game of the series, 1 for 3. It's because he came in with 6 hits and 7 at-bats. 5 singles and a double. Here's the 1-1. Fastball low and out of the zone. And if you were wondering, the Olympic marmot became the official endemic mammal of the state of Washington back in 2009. So congrats to them. 2-1 pitch also misses. We got 2 outs and a tie ball game in the top of the 7th. It had been 3 innings since the Lefties had scored. That one way in the opposite batter's box. Serrano came out of his crouch to get it. Pitch to Enoch. High chopping ground ball in foul territory. And we now have a full count. Enoch hails from Mission, California, down south. Santa Margarita Catholic High School graduate. He's finished up his time at Saddleback College. You can see his maroon batting helmet with the S on the front. 3-2. Hard ground ball to Alki at third. He's going to go to first with it. Jake Dodge makes the catch. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. But it is the Lefties who tie the ball game up at 4. Single up the middle by Brady Sprague did the job. We have a good ball game, folks. Late inning. Stay right here. We're going to take a break on the broadcast. Berries Baseball live on YouTube. The WCL Live app coming right back.
Take me out to the... It's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes you're out at the old ball game.
Also, fans, the Acorn Dentistry Kids Zone will be closing at the end of the 7th inning. Be sure to grab your little ones and enjoy the rest of the game. Thanks to Acorn Dentistry for their support of the Marion Berries. Acorn Dentistry for kids. Every child gets a smile.
That's Connor Weiss sticking on the mound for the Lefties in the bottom of the 7th. You got to look inside the Berries bullpen. Not a lot of urgency out there. Nobody warming up. That was Lucas Plenard on your screen. Walking around. He was dominant in 2 innings last night. Struck out 4. Faced 6 batters, retired all 6 of them. Looked great coming back for his 2nd summer in a row in a Berries uniform. It's Gavin Price to lead off. Berries tied 4-4 against the Lefties. Winner takes the series. First pitch breaking ball finds its way. Price 1 for 2, RBI double in the 3rd inning, and a walk in the 2nd. Here's the 0-1. Hard ground ball, diving play by Vasquez. Can he make the throw? He can. And that's a fantastic play by the Puerto Rican playing shortstop. Showing off the glove.
This young man went to South Salem High School, now attends Lynn Community College.
He had to make up for his error in the previous inning. And after Price grounds out, brings up his high school teammate Noah Scherer. These two are the dynamic duo for the Saxons. One more look at the ground ball. Diving play, one hopper going to his right backhand, and the throw is in time. Fantastic play at short. 0-1 from Weiss, up out of the zone. Noah Scherer singled to left field in the second inning, was hit by pitch in the third. We talked about the odd stats coming into this game. As Scherer will spin on a breaking ball, moves the count to 1-2. Port Angeles had 17 hits to the Berries 5 after 2 games in this series. It's a lot more even. Still Port Angeles 8 hits, the Berries 6 in this beautiful Salem evening. 1-2 from Weiss. They're going to ring him up. Dropped into the zone. Weiss has it going. Second inning of action. He has faced 6 batters. He retired 5 of them. The other one was an error. That one catches the low inside corner. Get Scherer looking. And now it's Jake Dodge. First pitch fastball in the zone. 0-1 count. Dodge walked his last time up. 0-1 from Weiss. Pop up over our heads in the Minuteman press box. Shout out everybody in here doing a great job. Cooper Kripe, official scorekeeper. Luke Larson, our stats and analytics guy, on the scoreboard today. And my producer, Ryan Goff, behind me. The 0-2. Grounder in foul territory over toward the Berries dugout. Who can make the play? I believe it's the DH, Matthew Major, who comes up with it. There he is, handing the ball off. (0-2). Up and at the eyes of Jake Dodge, who stands 6 feet 5 inches, 225 pounds. First team All-League at Southridge High School, his senior year of high school. They're going to ring him up. That one looked low to me. Dodge doesn't like it. But I don't think Henry DeJesus is going to change the call. So 3 up, 3 down in the 7th. Weiss, 2 consecutive batters looking. That one kind of at the knees, a little bit inside. Going to have to live with it. We'll head to the top of the 8th. Still tied 4-4. Great series, great game here. Lefties and Berries taking a break on the broadcast. Live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. Coming right back after this.
Over there. Oh, that's 2 points. Look at that. On third, I forgot where third base is. Now it's Charlotte and Sawyer. Throw your first one. Oh, that was almost a point. Vincent and Billy, you go again. That's no points. All right, Sawyer, you're up. Also no points. One last time, Vincent. Oh, so close. And a chance to win over here, Sawyer. Oh, we'll give him 1 point. It was 2-1 when Vincent and Billy win this. Thank you, Don Poncho, for your Tortilla Jam sponsorship.
And this is your final call for food and drinks. All concessions, including beer and wine and mixed drinks, will be closed at the end of the 8th inning. Please visit one of our concession locations for any final purchases.
Another new pitcher for the Berries here in the top of the 8th inning. It's Brandon Goodell. And we've seen him already in this series. He pitched 2 innings against the Lefties, gave up 2 hits, walked 2 batters, had a strikeout, but gave up no runs. Wearing number 18, the lefty from Willamette. A local kid playing his baseball here in Salem, getting to wear the berries and cream on this Sunday. Leading off the inning for Port Angeles, who will take a first pitch curveball. That one dropping a long way. It's Ethan Wood in the box. 1 for 3 with a double to right center. That one was hit hard in the third inning. Speaking of hit hard, a ground ball in foul territory up above the heads of the Berries in the dugout. Another look at Danny Weidman, and there's the concourse. New stadium seats in the building this summer. Brought in a couple hundred more chairs. Had to fit all of you somehow. O2 pitch was up above the head of Wood. Junior from Austin, Texas. And that one bounces well in front of the plate. Serrano keeps it in front of him. Count moves to 2-2. Goodall likes the call from Serrano. Here he comes with the 2-2. Grounder to Alki at third. Gloves it, makes the throw. Nice play. 5-3. Alki to Jake Dodge. I've seen that a lot tonight. But that is out number 1. Chopping ground ball over to Alki. Forehand makes the throw. Routine baseball is pretty baseball. Now Caleb Campbell. That one way inside. At the thighs. Barely moved. Struck out looking back in the 6th inning. Another ground ball to third. Here's Alki again. Throw showing off the arm. And gets Campbell by a couple steps. Beautiful play again by Alki. Had the error early in the game, but he's made the most of all the opportunities that have come to him since. Another 5-3. That was a high fastball. Campbell rolled over on. 2 outs early in the 8th. First pitch to Jordan Daniels is a strike. Daniels spent 2 years at Citrus College playing under his summer league head coach, Donald Bray, who's an assistant down there. 1 ball, 1 strike after the curveball in the dirt. Daniels for Citrus in 2026 batted .368 with 56 hits. Had 10 home runs, 48 RBIs in 45 games. This dude is a versatile athlete. In high school at Ramona, first team all-league in football, basketball, and baseball. Ended up choosing the nation's pastime. There he is in the Lefties uniform. 2-1 count to him. Goodell hits him in the arm. It's our first hit by pitch by the Berries today. Gives the Lefties a 2-out base runner. One thing I want to mention about Jordan Daniels, his favorite teams. It's a little bit odd. He's got the Dodgers, the Warriors, and the Seahawks. As we watch him get pegged in the arm again, right off the elbow, barely flinched. But those 3 specific teams of those 3 sports seem a little bit timely, if I will. Seahawks just winning the Super Bowl this past February. The Dodgers have won the last 2 World Series, and the Warriors not too far removed from 4 championships in 7 years. So, not going to call him a bandwagon fan, but I'm just going to say it's definitely opportunistic. Now it's Wes Lynch up at the plate. 1-1 count, 2 outs, runner on first for him. He's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Goodell goes with the curveball. Here's a blooper to right. Who's going to get there? It's Gavin Price who makes the play in shallow right field to end the inning. So 3 straight Berries relievers doing a good job. No runs in the top of the 8th for Port Angeles. We'll go to the bottom half. Tied 4-4. Can the Berries break the tie? Running out of time. It's Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. Cole Weber with you, saying it. Keep it right here. We're going to come right back. Welcome back, Berries baseball fans, to the ballpark. Beautiful look at Chemeketa baseball field in the spring sun. Almost to summer, just a couple weeks away. Feels like summer today. Beautiful, just a nice breeze blowing from left to right. Caregiver Appreciation Night presented by DSP Connections. Shout out to everything they do. Connor Weiss sticking around for the 3rd inning in a row on the mound for the Lefties. He will start us off with a strike to Liam O'Connor, who the last time we saw him singled to center with 2 outs, drove in a run to give the Berries the lead. They've since relinquished it. Here's a foul ball over to the right side. And there goes Varespi Field being deflated. And we'll see you again on Tuesday. 0-2 pitch coming from Weiss. Fastball really close, a couple inches outside. And there's a look at Varespi Field sadly going away. And Lucas Plenert warming up in the Berries bullpen. Here's a pop-up back behind us toward the concourse. 4-4 is the score. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Liam O'Connor. And here comes Weiss. Ring him up. That's a really nice pitch. O'Connor didn't get the bat off his shoulder. Strike number 3 to start the inning. That's 3 consecutive strikes looking for Connor Weiss. And I told you, he's only pitched 2 innings and some change. He has 5 strikeouts. Here's the 5th one and most recent. Perfect breaking ball. And we have an interesting call. The base umpire Kyle Sisk is going to call a pitch clock violation on Alkai Aruja-Wayal. So we're going to start this thing off 0-1. And obviously, Coach Brock is going to want to have a chat about that. I didn't see anything egregious in the time-wasting department, but I am also not umpiring this ball game. 1 out, nobody on for Alkai. Didn't look to be the answer that Coach Brock wanted there. So Alkai will start this off down 0-1 in the count. Shaking his head. Coach Brock, a fine baseball player in his own right. He is tied for 8th all-time in Oregon history in home runs. Played at North Marion High School. Here's a short ground ball to shortstop. In to get it is Vasquez. He makes the throw to first, and that will beat Alkai to the base. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the leadoff batter, Sawyer Nelson. for the series, 0 for 6. He has scored 5 runs, and he's been walked 8 different times. And for the most part, he's seen a lot of first pitch balls, getting ahead in the count, key to getting on base. Berries have done that better than Port Angeles in this series. We're all deadlocked. Grounder to short. Vasquez getting a lot of work over there. He backhands it, throws to first, but that's Nelson showing off the speed. An infield base hit, beating out the ground ball. Vasquez waited on it. Can't do that with a guy of Nelson's speed. So how about Nelson giving the Berries some life? Beats the throw by a couple steps. It's now Evan Berg with a chance to try to extend this inning. Runner on first, 2 outs, and he'll take that one off the ribcage. Gets away from Weiss, and I think that might do it. Here comes Coach Bray, and there is the signal to the bullpen. And Weiss was dealing, and he had faced 9 batters, had struck out 5 of them. Only base runner had reached on an error, but consecutively infield single and a hit by pitch to give the Berries 2 base runners with 2 outs. Reliever trotting from the bullpen, try to get you his name as soon as we can. Bray having a chat with his infield. Coach Donald Bray, been able to talk to him before the game in all 3 games of this series. A guy who loves the game and really cares about these dudes. It's not as much about the wins and losses for him as making these guys better and sending them back to college as better ball players, doing what they can for them. On the mound now for the Lefties. Based on the heights on the roster, I'm going to say that's number 36, Caleb Williams. The sophomore lefty, standing 6'6" and weighing 180 pounds. And his first warm-up pitch. And yes, that is Caleb Williams. Plays his college baseball at Paradise Valley Community College. Spent 2 years there. 3-5 record, 34 games pitched, all in relief roles. 87 innings under his belt at the college level. Has 77 strikeouts to just 33 walks at a 4.02 ERA. 3 saves, all of them came as a freshman. Trying to get Port Angeles out of the inning. It's a great opportunity for the Berries here in the bottom of the 8th. Tie ball game. Trying to come through with a win in the series. Would be great for morale. First series of 2025 was a win. It was on the road, just like the first 18 games of last season. All away from home as we waited for this ballpark to be ready for the arrival of the Berries. Marion's first ever series came against the Ridgefield Raptors, who they beat 2-1. Is now Martin Serrano. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Really went after that first pitch fastball. Shoulder height, he missed it. Drove in one of the Berries' 4 runs today. He's 0 for 4. Grounder up the middle. Sprague off his glove. They're bringing Nelson home. He's going to score. And Brady Sprague, after playing great baseball for much of this outing, can't field the ground ball. Serrano is safe at first, off the air, and Nelson scores from second. And that gives the Berries the lead, 5-4. Bottom of the 8th. Runners on the corners, 2 outs for Matthew Major. Looking to give the Berries some more cushion. He will take a first pitch strike. 0-1 count to Major. 1 for 4. He struck out 3 times, but had a single to left field back in the 3rd. Here's a pop-up down the right field line. I think it's going to be in foul territory. That is Daniels making the catch. So no more runs for the Berries. We'll look at how they scored one more time. Serrano, ground ball to second base. Under the glove of Brady Sprague. Nelson, with that speed, definitely going to score from second base. Berries up 1. This is the Lefties' last chance. We'll go to the top of the 9th. If they don't score, the game ends. Keep it right here, folks. Great baseball in the late innings. Taking a break after this. Welcome back, everybody. Top of the 9th inning, Game 3 of the series between the Port Angeles Lefties and your Marion Berries. It is Lucas Plenert tasked with finishing this game off. Closed out last night, secured the win for the Berries 7-3 in Game 2 of the series. And got the word from GM Pat Zajac. Attendance tonight, 935. Sam Matisich will lead things off. Lefties down 1. First pitch fastball from Plenert is in the zone. Plenert in 2 innings last night gave up no hits, no runs, struck out 4. He was, only way to put it, was dominant. Another swing and a miss, makes it 0-2. Plenert, the graduate of Mountainside High School back in 2024. Played the first 2 years of his college baseball career up at George Fox University in Newburgh. The 0-2 pitch just misses. That one painted the white. Nice spot inside fastball with the 0-2. That's really close. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's Plenert. Swing and a miss. Got him. First out of the 9th inning. And that is Matisich. That was his first at-bat of the day. Garrett Patterson is next. Hard ground ball. That's fair down the left field line. He's going 2. Evan Berg snaps it up in foul territory. It moves it on over to shortstop. But that's exactly what Port Angeles needed. Garrett Patterson. He was 0 for 2. Line out and a ground out. Sack bunt his last at bat. But a double in a pressure situation. Hard line drive down the line. Now a runner in scoring position. Tying run on base for Brady Sprague, who had that error in the last half inning to give the Berries the lead. No chance for Alki to get to it. Hard hit base knock for him. "1-0 from Plenert. Fouled back up against the netting. Plenert started all 11 of his games at George Fox this last spring, going 4-4 with a 5.80 ERA. Has that firm fastball which finds the zone. 1-2 count. Finished with 77 strikeouts on the season in 59 innings. Struck out 10 batters against the Willamette Bearcats on May 1st. Started 2 games for the Berries last summer, pitching in 12. And there's Sprague. Right leg goes out of the box. Had to bend over and get a piece of that one. Great pitch from Plenert. Count remains 1-2. Payoff pitch. Pop up into foul territory. That one's out of play. Back behind the picnic tables. Lucky fan ends up with a foul ball. Plenert, the 1-2 in the opposite batter's box, evens the count. Serrano keeps it in front. And Brady Sprague, 3 for 3 with 3 singles. 1 to right field, 1 through the 4-hole, and 1 up the middle. Last time he was up, RBI single. That fastball misses just low. Berries fans cry in displeasure. Another good spot. Not anything that Sprague can barrel up. Full count pitch. Not good contact. Liam O'Connor makes the diving catch. Good job by Liam to come up and get it. Sprague was legging that one out. Was going to be a tough play at first if it had hit the ground. But don't have to worry about that now. 2 outs. Runner on second. Could be the last chance for the lefties here. Back to the top of the order. It's Angel Vasquez. Spits on a first pitch slider. He is 1 for 4. Makes him 3 for 13 in the series. Swings and misses. Plenert last summer, 4.23 ERA, 25 strikeouts in 27 innings. Ended up 2-2 in the summer. 1-1 offering. Hard ground ball. Alki couldn't see it. Off his glove. And there goes Patterson laying it out to home. RBI double. We're going to tie the game. And that means we're definitely seeing the bottom of the ninth. That one scored as a base hit. Hard hit ball. Would have been a really tough play by Alki to make. Let's see it one more time. Vasquez comes through with 2 outs. Pressure situation. And an RBI double for him. Here's Carter Enoch. I mentioned having the worst game of his series, but when you're coming in batting .857, you can have an off day. Single down the left field line all the way back in the first inning. And he will spit on a fastball. Look at the Berries closer, Lucas Plenert, wearing number 16 in the Berries and Cream on Berries and Cream Sunday. Another ball outside from Lucas. Currently in the transfer portal, looking to move up from D3. He believes that he can pitch well at a mid-major somewhere. There's the third ball of the at-bat to Carter Enoch. I mentioned earlier in this game as a workout with the Kansas City Royals coming up this summer. Head coach Donald Bray said this guy can hit, and he is absolutely correct. Here's the 3-1. Ground ball right back up the middle. Enoch, base hit. Vasquez points at his dugout. He's going to score. And the Lefties take the lead in the ninth. Now up 6-5. All the momentum was squarely in the Berries' direction. 2 outs, runner on second. But it's been 2 consecutive base hits by the Lefties to come through and take the lead. Foul ball by Ethan Wood. 3-1 pitch. Saw one he liked. Ground ball right back up the middle into center field. Carter Enoch. Could end up being the winning run. We will see in the bottom of the ninth. 0-1 from Plenert. Popped up and out of play. Don't have any more porta potties down the left field line this year. But that one still ended up over in that direction. Don't know if we really got rid of the smell. In all my years, all 23 of them, those were some of the most rancid porta potties that I have ever been near. Here's a ground ball to second. Liam O'Connor backhand flips it to second base and gets the third out of the inning. Berries come up to bat in the bottom of the ninth. But that was a big one for Port Angeles. They score 2 runs off 3 hits. 2 2-out RBIs consecutively from Vasquez and Enoch. There's the nice play. It was Caleb Campbell started things off. We're going to take a break, come right back, see what the Berries can do if they can extend this game. Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. Coming right back after this. Bottom of the ninth inning, Berries down 1. 1 to tie, 2 to win it. 5, 6, 7 batters due up. That's Gavin Price in the box right now. On deck is Noah Scher, in the hole, Jake Dodge. Caleb Williams will stay on the mound for the Lefties, trying to close this thing out. Pop up to start the inning. That one looks like it's going to fall into the stands. Nobody can make the play. But a lucky fan ends up with a souvenir. All-out effort by him, too, diving in the bleachers. Gavin Price on the day, 1 for 3. Had an RBI double back in the third. Fastball way up and out. Evens the count at 1-1. Gavin Price had a great time his freshman year at UL Monroe. Didn't get to play, but he's going to redshirt, and he's ready to go back to the state of Louisiana. Had a great time down in the Bayou. Learned a lot. But he is happy to be back playing in his hometown. Graduate of South Salem in 2025. Here's the 2-1. Another fastball misses high. Bryce, one of the 3 Saxons in the starting lineup. On deck is his high school teammate Noah Scherer. Williams to the plate. That finds the zone. It's a full count to Price. He led the state of Oregon with 9 home runs as a junior. Graduated as the Saxons' all-time leader in RBIs and home runs. And he will draw a walk to start the inning. Big one there. Need a leadoff base runner, and they get it. Tying run on base. Going to see a mound visit by the catcher, Garrett Patterson, getting his first start behind the dish of the season. Got another arm warming up for Port Angeles. Casey Julkowski, and we've seen him before. Got the save in game 1. Pitched the final 2 innings. And he had that sweeper breaking 2 feet from right to left. Berries had trouble with it back on Friday. Noah Scherer up, bottom of the 9th, no outs. His high school teammate on first. Williams to start the at-bat. The bunt is popped up into the air. Patterson diving to catch it in and out of the glove. Would have been huge. He went full extension for it. We have a great view of it here. Didn't get it up. Patterson in and out of the glove, face plants. So instead of out number 1, that will just be an 0-1 count. Scherer couldn't get the bunt down, changed the angle of the bat. Gonna try again. Fastball misses low. Really trying to move the tying run into scoring position. Scherer is 1 for 3 with a single back in the 2nd. Was also hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Tries for the bunt again, and he fouls it off for the 2nd time. Underrated skill, getting the bunt down. Can be a huge help in these type of situations, especially with a power hitter right behind you. Jake Dodge on deck. Drove in a bunch of runs last summer. One ball, 2 strikes. Williams versus Scherer. Here he comes. In the dirt. Patterson keeps it in front. It was a pass ball. But Price stays put on first. Counts even 2-2. Williams again misses low. Scherer has worked his way back after being down 1-2. It's a full count. Getting the sign from his head coach, Tucker Brock at third base. There's a great look at Timber, the Olympic Marmot, on the hat of Caleb Williams. Full count pitch, swing and a miss. Williams gets him with the changeup out in front of it. That's the first out of the inning. Lefties 2 away from winning the series. And here is Jake Dodge. Check swing. Plate umpire Henry DeJesus says no, he did not. It was close, though. Gonna have to tip the cap to Henry De Jesus. Both these guys umpiring all 3 games of this series. Here's a hard hit ball to right field. Bounces down in front of Daniels off of his chest. Price is gonna advance to third. Dodge almost got back pick at first, got caught. But that's a big base hit for him. First hit of the summer for Jake Dodge. Single to right field, hard line drive, frozen rope. And we've got runners on the corners. Took that one off his knee. Inside fastball. Almost an unfortunate turn of events for the Berries. Dodge had to scamper back to first. Almost a heads-up play there by the shortstop, Vasquez. And we've got a timeout. Coach Brock having a chat with his guys. Trying to get a W and win the series. Less than 2 outs, runner on third. We've got Liam O'Connor, who's came through in a situation before. We were tied 3-3 when O'Connor singled to center field in the 5th inning. Put the Berries up 4-3. Nothing going on in that Lefties bullpen. Looks like they're going to stick with Williams, the 6'6" sophomore, Paradise Valley.
Take 2 for number 2. Playing at second baseman from Salem University, here's Liam O'Connor.
Liam O'Connor back, playing the Temptations. The Willamette Bearcat, playing summer ball in Salem. Showed bunt, breaking ball up above the zone. Last summer for the Berries, O'Connor played 28 games, 93 at-bats. He had 16 hits, 8 RBIs. Tried to drop the bunt, and again, popped that one up into the air. They're trying for the squeeze. One ball, one strike to the second baseman. Williams checking over at first. Here he comes to the plate. Tried the bunt again, and he can't get it down. And again, bunting, just an overlooked skill, but it comes up huge in these situations when you got to move a guy over. So now O'Connor's got a battle. He's got 2 strikes, has to fend off anything. Situation becomes much more dire with 2 outs. Here's the 1-2. O'Connor hits it to left. They're going to send him. Price going home. They're going to cut it off. Liam O'Connor's sacrifice fly scores Price from third, ties the ball game in the bottom of the 9th. Didn't get the bunt down, but the job changed. Had to score Price from third somehow, and one way to do it is to hit the ball to the outfield. O'Connor does it, his second RBI of the evening, and we are all evened up at 6. High fastball, took it to left field. Sac fly RBI. First pitch of the at-bat to Alki is fouled back up against the netting. 0-1 count. Second pitch of the at-bat, high and outside. There's Jake Dodge on first. He represents the winning run. We have 2 outs here in the 9th. 1-1 pitch to Alki. Hit high up in the air. That's going to be in right center field. Who can see it? And that is Jordan Daniels who has to make the play. Matisic lost it in the sun. That does it. 9 innings in the books. We're going to head to extras, ladies and gentlemen. The Berries tie it up after that O'Connor sacrifice fly. What else could you ask for in this beautiful day? A Sunday, Berries and Cream Sunday. We get more baseball, everybody. Going to take a break, come back for the top of the 10th after this. Cole Weber live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. Marion's Baseball taking a break.
My favorite snack / meal would be probably Jersey Mike's, number 13, Mike's Way. It's the go-to, yeah.
What high school did you play baseball at?
My name is David Roberts, and I went to Liberty High School in Brentwood, California.
Who is your favorite pitcher in the MLB?
My favorite pitcher is Paul Skeens.
How fast do you throw?
The fastest I've thrown is 92.
What's your favorite MLB team?
My favorite MLB team is the San Diego Padres. Go Friars, baby.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. First extra innings of the 2026 summer here at Chemeketa Baseball Field. And there's some new rules in the West Coast League this summer. Games in the 10th will start off with runners on first and second. And here's a bunt by Caleb Campbell. Plennert's going to field it, go to first with it to get the out, the first out of the inning. But that moves both runners into scoring position. A rule change that's meant to speed up play, bring runs across the board. The Berries will be awarded the same situation in the bottom half of the inning. And here comes pitching coach Lindsey McCarger out from the dugout to chat with Plennert. 1 out, runners on second and third after the sac bunt from Campbell. We've got Jordan Daniels coming up to the plate. He's 0 for 3, was hit by pitch in his last at-bat. Coach McCarger, a former Western Oregon pitcher. He was an assistant with Coach Brock at North Marion not that long ago. There's a new addition to the staff this summer. Logan Hatley is the current pitching coach at Western Oregon. And he has been out in the Berries bullpen all 3 of these games. There goes McCarger back into the dugout. Daniels was 1 for 4 in starting game 1 with a single to left field. Leaves a Plennert slider in the dirt. Check on the action across the WCL today. Corvallis got the win over Kamloops 14-6. As Plennert again misses low with a breaking ball. Walla Walla beats Yakima 11-8 on the road. Ridgefield dominating Nanaimo 15-3. Kelowna and Bellingham in North Division action 13-7 in favor of the Falcons. Bottom of the 7th in Bend, Drifters and Elks are tied 6-6. Same score as we are right here. Pickles beating up on the Victoria Harbor Cats. Top of the 5th, they're up 9-4. Intentional walk, and that is going to put force outs at every base. Coach Brock playing strategically. That gives us Wes Lynch. First fastball to him, out of the zone. Lynch 0 for 4. 2 strikeouts, a ground out, and a pop out. One 0 pitch to Plenert. Fastball inside, catches a piece, evens the count. A ground ball could end this inning. Bases are loaded. Rally caps out in the stands. 1-1 from Plenert. Swing and a miss. Lynch, the Seattle native, facing off against the pitcher from Mountainside High School in Beaverton. Payoff pitch. It's a slider in the dirt. Serrano does a great job keeping it in front. Going to Columbus, Ohio to play for the Buckeyes in the fall. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's Plenert. Wes Lynch barely catches a piece. There's a look at Taylor Brenneman, our opening day starter. Also plays some in the outfield. Former Chemeketa Storm. Spent the last year at William Jewell. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Plenert gets him swinging. Out number 2 of the inning. Third strikeout of the night for Wes Lynch. 0 for 5. And there's another look at it. Slider breaking away from the righty. Can't touch it. We have a bunt. Safety squeezed. Play at the plate. It's close. They're going to call him out. Lucas Plenert comes up to field the bunt. A slide play there by Matisic. And they get the out. That was Vasquez coming home. They beat him at the plate. Coach Bray not happy, having a chat with De Jesus. It was definitely close. Drag bunt. Back to the pitcher, Plenert. The flip. I don't know. We're going to go with the call on the field. Score remains 6-6. Berries, huge opportunity. Closer look at it. A nice bunt by Matisic. Plenert to his right. I think they got him. That's a bang-bang play. Enoch slid in head first. Did not get there. So we head to the bottom of the 10th. Berries tied. We're going to have the winning run on second with no outs. Take one more quick break. Be right back. Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL live app. We are back to the top of the order. 6-6 tie ball game, bottom of the 10th. 2 runners on. The new WCL rules, that's Liam O'Connor on second. On first, we have Alkai Arujo Wayao. Sawyer Nelson at the dish. The lefty, no outs. Infield single in his last at bat. Berries are going to try to move the winning run over to third. First pitch is a ball. Nelson 1 for 3 in the game. Walked in his first 2 at-bats. 8 walks in the series. 1-0 from Williams. Slider just broke barely out of the way of Nelson's chin. Two-0 count. We do have an arm warming up in the Lefties bullpen. But for now, it's Williams on the bump. Misses again, this time with a fastball. 3-0 count to Nelson. And that is still number 33, Julkowski. 3-0 pitch. Up at the eyes. And that is a leadoff walk. 9th of the series for Nelson, and that is a fantastic position for the Berries to be in. Bases loaded, no outs. The winning run is on third, and it's Evan Berg at the plate. Patterson, the catcher, having a chat with his pitcher. Two competitive games to start this series. Berries lose on opening night, 5-3 to the Lefties. Yesterday, they come on back, take a huge lead early in the game, 7-1. Ended up evening up the series 7-3 on Saturday. And here we are, bottom of the 10th inning, 6-6, bases loaded. Here's Williams. First pitch to Berg, high and outside. Evan Berg, coming to Salem from Kenner, Louisiana. Playing college baseball in his home state, Tulane. 2 hits tonight. Sits on a high fastball that finds its way into the zone. Berg a single and a double. First time facing off against Caleb Williams. They've brought the infield in. You got to. Cutting the run. Fouls off a fastball back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Evan Berg with the most hits on the team early in this 2026 season. Berries trying to start things off on the right note. A win would give them the series. Here's the 1-2. This one low. That evens the count. The fans that are left in the stands are active. Attendance just under 950. Here's the 2-2 again in the dirt. We got a full count. Multiple ways the Berries can win this one. We got no outs here, bases loaded. A walk would win the game. Count is 3-2, bottom of the 10th. Here's Williams in the dirt. That's going to win it for Marion. Walk-off walk by Evan Berg. O'Connor scores. They're going to go throw Gatorade on their guy. The winning at-bat in the 10th inning. They're chasing him into right field. Fantastic at-bat by Berg. Fell down 1-2, and then 3 consecutive balls out of the hand of Williams. Does the job. 3-2 pitch out of the hand of Williams. Bounces to the plate, and the Berries get it done in extra innings. Probably not how they planned it to go. Down 2-0 to start the game, then 3-0. Tied it up in the bottom of the 3rd before taking the lead in the bottom of the 5th. The Lefties would tie it in the 7th. Berries take the lead in the 8th. Lefties take it right back. We were back and forth all day. And it is Marion coming out on top. 10 innings in. There's the stats on your screen. For the series, Port Angeles, 28 hits to the Berries 13. But it was the on-base percentage. A bunch of walks again. 2-1. Berries take the series. First time ever facing off against Port Angeles. Hopefully there's a bunch more matchups in the future. It was a great series. Berries 2-1 now in 2026. 2-1 at home at Chemeketa Baseball Field. The Lefties fall to 1-2. We're going to take a day off tomorrow on Monday, as will the rest of the WCL. And we will be back. One more look at the winning pitch for the Berries. Fastball in the dirt. Sends Berg to first and brings O'Connor home. Walk-off walk. Fantastic to be back on the call for the Berries in 2026. It was a great first series. We'll be back for Bend. I will not be here on Tuesday night. Filling in for me, Jeff Lucero. I will be at my brother's graduation, but you will hear me again on Wednesday, 6:35, Game 2 against the Bend Elks. And hopefully the Berries can make up for what they did last summer. Bend had their number, beat the Berries in a 3-gamer here at home during that first homestand. The fans running the bases. Hope everybody has a good night, enjoys the rest of your weekend. Again, final score, Berries 7, Lefties 6. My name is Cole Weber, excited to be with you all summer. We're going to get out of here. Cole Weber signing off from Chemeketa.